Namaste. I'm Monique. Thank you for coming to yoga this morning. Today we're going to get started in a nice easy pose. So let's all begin on the long edge of our mat. Come into the long edge of our mat, our big toes are together, our bottoms on our heels. Stretch your arms out, placing your forehead on the mat. Just feel yourself begin to ground into the earth. Deep breaths. Begin to allow your thoughts to settle, drawing all your attention inwards. Just taking note of all the sensations both around you and within you. Just observing. Allow the day to dissolve away. And just begin to feel yourself grounding deeply into Mother Earth. When you feel ready, take a big inhale right from the base of your belly. Feel your belly pressing into your thighs. Notice how as the air travels up, your upper back expands, your shoulders broaden, and just hold that breath. Hold it for a few moments, allowing all that oxygen to be absorbed. And only when you feel ready, big open mouth sigh. Let it all go. Let everything that's no longer serving you, just exhale it all out. And at your own pace, begin again. Deep inhale. Feel your tummy pressing into your inner thighs. Your back broadens, your shoulders soften, and hold. Kumbhaka, breath retention. And only when you feel ready, let it all go. Let's take a few more rounds here at your own pace. Take your time. As you become more focused on your breath, you'll notice the rest of your thoughts begin to dissipate. Connect with your inner core, grounding into your mat, creating your own sacred space. As always, this is your practice. My cues are only meant to guide. So please adjust or modify any pose to better suit your own body. Let's take one or two more rounds of mindful breath. Just becoming fully present in this moment. And on your next inhale, keeping your big toes together, begin to round your upper back, pushing away from the earth, coming into a nice cat back. Flow forward all the way through into a hammock, releasing your belly, rolling your shoulders back and down, lengthening through your neck. And inhale, deep cat back, bringing your big toes together, find your child's. And again, coming up into our cat, pushing away from the earth, rounding our upper back, we flow into hammock, lifting our sternum, rolling our shoulders back, lifting our gaze. And when you feel ready, round, push away from the earth, back into your cat, working you all the way through back into your child's. Last round. Inhale, up into our cat, round, and flow all the way through into your hammock. Deep breaths. Just feel how everything begins to soften. And last time, round, push away from the earth, big toes come together, and we return to our child's. Coming up into our tabletop. Knees are below our hips, wrists are below our shoulders. We come into our tabletop. Let's inhale our right hand, reach for the ceiling, Then scooping it under our left arm, we come onto the right side of our face. Option here to take your leg out to the side, placing your foot flat, perhaps taking hold of that foot. Inhaling your left arm up, draping it behind your back, maybe even taking hold of that inner thigh, finding that midpoint between your shoulder blades to roll your shoulders back and down, creating space for your chest. Deep breaths. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Take 1 or 2 more rounds of breath here. And release. Left palm to the mat, right palm, left knee. Returning to our table. On our next inhale, we're taking it to the opposite side. Inhaling our left hand up. We scoop it all the way under our right arm. Option to take your leg out to the side, perhaps taking hold of your foot, inhaling your hand up, draping it behind your back, maybe coming into the bind, roll your top shoulder back. Deep breaths. We're always creating space. Feel it right from your navel all the way up and around. Deep, deep, deep breaths. And when you're ready, unravel. Right palm to the mat, left palm to the mat, and draw your leg back in. Curling our back toes, let's make our way into our first down dog. Maybe you'd like to pedal your feet. Perhaps you'd like to sway your hips. Back of your thighs are pushing towards the back wall. Hips are lifted, broad and through the collarbones. Your fingers are evenly spread, equally distributing the weight amongst your full hand. Beginning with our 4 rounds of Sun Salutation A. The familiarity of the Sun Salutation A will help us go deeper physically and mentally. Keep on connecting with your inner core. So on your inhale, we come up onto our toes. We bend our knees. We preparing for Sun Salutation A. The familiarity of preparing for Sun Salutation A. The familiarity of the poses will help us go deeper spiritually, physically, and emotionally. So when you feel ready, inhale, come up onto your toes, bending your knees, gaze comes forward as we step or hop to the top of our mat. We inhale, half lift, rolling our shoulders back, lengthening through our spine and crown. And we exhale, full forward fold. Arcing our arms up, we salute the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet. We return to our plank. We slide forward. We lower halfway down, hugging our arms in. Option to lower your knees if you wish. Slide into your up dog. And let's meet in our down dog. Repeating that, we inhale up onto our toes, bending our knees, our gaze comes forward, stepping or hopping to the top of our mat. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold, arcing our arms up. We salute the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift. Bending our knees, framing our feet, we step back into plank. Slide forward, hugging your elbows in, lower chaturanga, modify by lowering your knees. Slide into your up dog, and let's meet in our down dog. 2 more rounds to go. Inhaling up onto our toes, we bend our knees, our gaze comes forward, stepping or hopping. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold. Arcing our arms up, we salute the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet. We step back into our plank. we slide forward, we lower chaturanga, slide up dog, lift your sternum, lift your gaze, and we meet in our down dog. Last round. Inhaling up onto our toes, bending our knees, bringing our gaze forward, we step or we hop. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold, allowing your head to hang heavy. Arcing arms up, saluting the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet, we return to our plank. Sliding forward, hugging arms in, we lower chaturanga. We slide up dog, and we meet in our down dog. Completing sun salutation in. On our next inhale, inhaling up onto our toes, bending our knees, gaze comes forward as we step or we hop. Inhale, half lift, bringing a big bend to our knees, preparing for chair. Push your weight backwards, bring your weight into the heels, and when you're ready, inhale up into your chair, relaxing your shoulders, deep breaths. Hands come into prayer, coming into the prayer twist. We take our left elbow to the outside of our right knee, lengthen through your torso, keep on drawing your hips back, take a peep at your knees. If the one's jutted forward slightly, just draw that hip back. And when you're ready, spread your wings. And return to center. Taking our prayer twist to the opposite side, we take our right elbow to the outside of our left knee. We take a peep at our hips. We draw our hips behind us. And when we're ready, we spread our wings. And return to center. Placing our hands on the mat, take your right leg behind you, preparing for low crescent lunge. Lean into your hips, and when you're ready, inhale. Low crescent lunge. Bring our hands to the mat or to blocks if you have them. Straighten your front leg, coming into half split. From your hips, hinge forward, scooping your belly in and up. Flexing your foot if you wish. Perhaps you'd like to start bringing balance into it, taking your arms behind you. Deep breaths. And release. Planting your front foot down, frame it, curl your back toes, stepping that back leg in, finding your pyramid. Straight tabletop back, scoop your belly in and up, and then hinge. Deep breath. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Twice more. Let's lengthen. And release. Last time. Lengthen. And release. Bringing a slight bend into your front knee, frame your front foot, step back into plank. Sliding slightly forward, we lower chaturanga. We slide into our up dog, and we meet in our down dog. Deep breaths. Feel your down dog. Take your time. Inhaling, coming up onto our toes, bending our knees, bringing our gaze forward, we step or we hop. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold. Preparing for chair for Utkatasana, slide your hips back. And only when you're ready, inhale your arms up, finding your chair. Shoulders are relaxed. Find your chair. Coming into the prayer twist, we bring our hands into prayer. And we take our left elbow, our right elbow, to the outside of our left knee. Spread your wings when you feel ready. And return to prayer. taking our twist to the opposite side. Left elbow to outside of right knee. Stack your shoulders, lengthen through your torso and spread. Bring our hands back into prayer. We frame our feet, preparing for low crescent lunge. Step your left leg back, leaning into your hips. When you feel ready, inhale, low crescent lunge. Shoulders are relaxed, lengthen through your torso. Bring our hands down, framing our front foot. Straighten your front leg, half split. You can have your foot flexed, hinging from your hips. Scoop your belly in and up. Always the option of taking your arms behind you if that feels good. I like to hold my foot. Explore the poses. Allow your body to take you where it would like to go. Deep breaths. Preparing for pyramid pose, we're going to plant our front foot down, curl our back toes, stepping our back leg in, finding our pyramid. Both feet face forward, both legs are straight. Inhale, find your tabletop back, and exhale, hinge over that front leg. Deep breaths. And inhale, and exhale. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Bring a slight bend to our front knee. We frame our front foot and we step back, finding our plank. Sliding slightly forward, we lower chaturanga. You can always modify by lowering your knees. Slide into your up dog and meeting your down. On our next inhale, bring your right leg three-legged dog. Square your hips, lengthen through that leg. Bring your knee all the way in towards your forehead, round through your upper back. Push away from the earth and return to your three-legged dog. Bring your right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Hover, maybe lift that leg higher. Deep breaths. And return to your three-legged dog. Bring your leg all the way in, preparing for fallen star. Take it past your left arm. Pivot your back foot. Find your fallen star. Bring our palm back to the mat. We return to our three-legged dog. Flow forward, three-legged plank. If you wish, three-legged upward dog. And return to your down dog. Deep breaths. Taking it to the opposite side. Let's inhale our left leg, three-legged dog. Reach through that leg. Find your length, square your hips. Bring our knee all the way in towards our forehead. Round through your upper back. And return to your three-legged dog. Bringing our knee in, we take it to the outside of our left elbow. Hover, hold, engage your core muscles. And take it back into your three-legged dog. Preparing for fallen star, let's bring our leg past our right arm, coming onto the edge of our front foot. We pivot our back foot and we find our fallen star. Bring our palm back to the mat. We return to three-legged dog. Slide forward, three-legged plank. Chaturanga, up dog, and let's meet in our down dog. Pedal it out. Deep breaths. On our next inhale, let's inhale our right leg, three-legged dog. Step it all the way through. Preparing for warrior two, pivot your back foot so it's parallel with the back end of your mat. Your knee and your ankle of your front leg is in a straight line. Either inhaling your arms straight into warrior two Or option to bring your hands to your knee, finding your balance, and then finding your warrior two. Get nice and deep into your lunge. Arms are firm. Turning your front palm up, take it up and overhead. Reversal peaceful warrior. Reach for that back wall. Find the length in your back leg, pushing from the edge of your back foot. Cartwheeling arms over, we come into extended side angle. Reaching your fingertips towards the wall. Bring our palm to the mat. Our gaze follows our hand to the ceiling. Revolving our twist. Bring your left palm to the mat. Taking your right hand towards the ceiling. Staying in our revolved twist. Straighten your front leg. Revolve triangle. Bring a slight bend to our knee, we frame our front foot, pivot our back foot, and we step back into our plank. Slide forward, lower chaturanga, slide up dog, meeting your down dog. Pedal it out. Deep breath, find your breath. Preparing to take it to the next side. Let's inhale our left leg up. Find your length, then step it all the way through, plant it between your hands. Pivot your back foot, check your alignment. Front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Knee and ankle are in a straight line. Option to bring your hand to the knee or come all the way up into your warrior two. Nice and deep. Arms are firm. Turning your front palm up, take it up and overhead. Peaceful or reverse warrior. Reach your fingertips towards the wall. Cartwheeling arms over, extended side angle, biceps close to the ear. Bring our palm down, our gaze follows our hand to the ceiling. Coming into a revolved twist, bring your right palm down to the mat, gaze follows your left palm to the ceiling. Staying in your revolved twist, straighten your front leg, revolve triangle. And release, slide back, bend to your front knee, pivot your back foot, finding your plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga, slide into your up dog, and let's meet in our down dog. Pedaling it out. On our next inhale, we're going to come into a tiger dog. Big bend in your knees. Push your bottom towards the back of the room. Broaden through your collarbones. Feel that strength of tiger dog as if you're going to leap from your mat. Find your breath. And when you're ready, allow your knees to come to the mat, finding your table. Once again, wrists are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips. Your feet, your toes can be curled or you can have them flat. Your choice. On our next inhale, keeping our gaze towards the mat, keeping our bellies hugged in. Let's inhale our right leg. Lengthen through that leg, flex your back foot. If you wish, inhale your left arm up. Keep your gaze towards the mat. Knee to elbow, curl your back and lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow and lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow and lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow and lengthen. On our next exhale, open up, bring your leg out to the side, and on your inhale, find your length. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Twice more. Exhale and lengthen. Last time, exhale and lengthen. Bending your back knee. Let's do pulses up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reach your hand around, take hold of your back foot. Push your foot into your palm as you lift both hand and foot towards the ceiling. Once again, we're rolling our top shoulder back as we gaze towards the back of the room. Deep breaths. And release. Knee and palm come back to the mat. Taking it to the opposite side. Check that you're still in your table, you still have your alignment. Gaze is to the mat. And let's inhale my left leg up. Hips are square, cores engaged. Option to inhale your right hand up. And let's bring knee to elbow for 4. 1. And extend. 2. Lengthen. 3. Lengthen. Last 1. And lengthen. Open up to the side. Take it all the way to the side and draw it back in. Open to the side and draw it back in. Twice more. Open to the side. Draw it back in. Last time, open to the side and draw it back in. Bring it bend to your knee, 8 pulses towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming into tiger. Reach your arm, taking hold of your back foot. Push your foot into your palm, reaching both up towards the ceiling. Roll your top shoulder back. Find that space. Deep breaths. And release. Palm and knee come back to the mat. Curl your back toes, find your down dog. Pedaling it all out. Deep, deep, deep breaths. On our next inhale, let's inhale our right leg, 3-legged dog. Step it all the way to the outside of your right hand, finding lizard. Maybe rock gently backwards and forwards on the heel of your back foot. Option to stay as we are. Maybe you'd like to lower your knee to the mat. Perhaps you'd like to come down into your forearms. If you have blocks, feel free to use your blocks at this stage. Breathe into your hip, allow your hip to open. Deep breaths. I like to come onto the edge of my outer front foot. Play around with the pose. Find the way that works best for your body. If you're on your forearms, head and back on a straight line. Few deep breaths here. Deep, deep breaths. Just keep on returning to your connection with your inner core. Walking our hands under our shoulders to support us. Reach your right hand around, taking hold of your left foot. Once again, roll that top shoulder back. Breathe into your quad, your hip flexors. Feel that beautiful stretch as you draw your foot towards your bottom. Deep breaths. And release. Bring our palm to the mat. We curl our back toes. We step back into our down dog. Taking it to the opposite side. Inhale your left leg, 3-legged dog. Step it all the way through to the outside of your left hand. Maybe you'd like to rock gently backwards and forwards on the ball of your back foot. Option to stay as we are or lower down. Maybe you'd like to come onto your forearms. Back inhale on a beautiful straight line. Breathe into that hip. Give that hip time to open. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Just breathe. Walking our hands under our shoulders to support ourselves as we come back up. Draw your right foot in, reach around with your left hand, taking hold of that foot, draw that heel towards your bottom, rolling your top shoulder back. Deep breath. Always returning to our breath. And gently release. Palm and foot returns to the mat. Curl your back toes and find your down dog. Pedaling it out. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Bring our knees to the mat. We return to our table. Crossing your feet at your heels. Take your weight all the way behind you so your legs come out in front. I'm going to turn to face you just so you can see better, but feel free to stay facing the long edge of your mat. From here, we're going to come into Revolve Jani Shavasana. Take your one leg out to the side, bringing the sole of your foot into your inner thigh. Taking hold of either your foot or your leg, wherever you're most comfortable. Push down into your opposite hip, inhaling your arm up and over. Be mindful to keep your top shoulder slightly pulled back. You can have a bend in your elbow, or if you wish, always the option to come into the bind. Just keep the space in your chest. Once again, deep breaths. Always feeling free to explore the pose, finding the way that best suits your own body. This is your practice. And release. Sliding or walking your hands up your legs. Stack your spine, head comes up last. Inhaling your arms up, relaxing your shoulders. Take your right hand behind you. Point your extended foot, finding your supported wild thing. Allowing your gaze to follow your hand all the way behind you. Beautiful back bend. And release. Be mindful if you have a counter behind you. Pivoting our torso to face our extended leg. Hinge over your extended leg. Coming to Jani Shavasana. Deep breaths. Walking or sliding our hands up our legs, stacking our spine, bring our head up last. Let's take it to the opposite side. Sole goes into our inner thigh. We ground down into our opposite hip as we take hold of our extended foot and inhale our arm up and over. Maybe a bend, maybe a bind, whichever way feels good for you. Try them all out, explore the poses. Keep on pushing this leg and thigh towards your mat. Deep breaths, keeping a space in our chest. Few deep breaths here. And only when you feel ready. Walk or slide your hands up your legs, stacking your spine, head comes up last, and we inhale both hands up, finding our length. Shoulders are relaxed, gazes are relaxed. Preparing for our supported wild thing, we take our palm behind us, point our extended toe, arching our back, allowing our gaze to follow our hand all the way behind. Deep breaths. And we turn your bottom to the mat, inhaling arms up, pivoting to face our extended leg, we hinge over. Fine if there's a bend in your knee. Just allow your body to take you where it would like to. Walking or sliding our hands up our legs. We stack our spine, bring our head up last. Bringing both feet towards the center of our mat. Once again, I'm pivoting so you can all better see. We prepare for bird pose, knowing that you can keep your feet on the mat if you wish. You can have them at half mast or at full mast. Same applies for your hands. On the mat, behind your thighs, or extended, hugging our bellies in, shoulders up and down. Relaxing our gaze, we lower into canoe and we lift into our boat. We lower and 2, lower 3, lower 4, lower 5, knees are together, lower 6, lower 7, lower 8, lower 9, lower and 10, and hold. Keep your belly hugged in, shoulders are relaxed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Take your feet out to either side of your mat. Windshield wiper it out. Just let it go. Windshield wiper it out. Bring our legs back to center. Take hold of your shins. You may want to scoot your bottom slightly further forward so you have space behind you to lower one vertebra at a time, all the way down to your back. Preparing for bridge pose, walk your heels close towards your bottom. We're going to begin to press down using all 4 edges of your feet, pressing up into your bridge. Engage your whole core, obliques, abdominals, glutes, pelvic floor. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Perhaps even walk your hands under your back, interlacing your fingers if that feels good. All the while taking your bridge higher, higher, and higher. When you think you can go no higher, come up onto your toes and take it higher. Take it as high as you can. 8 upward pulses. 1, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Staying in your bridge. Inhale your right leg, coming into a single leg bridge. Hips are even. Up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and release. Release all the way down. Find your breath. And we're going to take it to the opposite side. So find your breath. And when you're ready, begin to engage your full core. And begin pressing down into the 4 edges of your feet. Lift up into your bridge. Walk your shoulders under your back. And when you're ready, come up onto your toes. Taking that bridge as high as you can. Drawing your thighs toward each other. Whole core is engaged. And let's go up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. When you're ready, inhale. Left leg this time into single bridge. Check your hips are even. Up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And release. Release your feet, bottom, back, and hands. Roll up into a ball. Draw your forehead towards your knees. Deep breaths. Find your breath. Let it all go. Nice deep breaths. And gently releasing your head and shoulders to the mat. Inhale your legs up to the ceiling, finding your waterfall. Option to stay just as we are. Or always the option to come into an inversion of your choice. Just a few deep breaths here. Keep your belly hugged in. Keep your torso pressing down into the mat so you're not taking weight. You're not taking strain in your back. Just a few breaths here. Release your left leg to the mat and draw your right knee towards your right armpit. Pulling your legs in opposite directions. Feel that compression on your belly. And switch sides. And release. Draw both legs to center. Take your arms out into the figure T. And we're going to come to our recline twist. Legs straight to the right as we look over our left shoulder. Shoulders are flat on the mat. Option to stay as we are, or if you wish, come into cattails, extending your top leg, taking that foot in your hand. If that's comfortable for you, reach down, taking hold of your right foot. Stretch it out, breathe it out. Deep, deep, deep breaths. And release. Draw your legs back into center and let's take it to the opposite side. So our legs drape to the left and we look over our right shoulder. Always the option to stay as we are, or if you wish, come into cattails, extending your top leg, taking that foot in your hand, reaching down, taking hold of your opposite foot. Breathe it out. And release. Draw both legs into center. Give yourself a really nice tight hug, really nice tight squeeze for coming to your mat this morning. Deep breaths. Possibly taking a few moments here to do whatever feels good for you. Maybe you'd like to come into a happy baby. Perhaps extend one leg or both legs. Perhaps there was a pose I didn't include that you may wish to do. Just take a few moments here to do whatever feels good for your body before we make our way into Shavasana. Deep breaths. Drawing our legs back to center. Allow your legs to come all the way down to the mat. Flatten your shoulders into the mat. Arms are loosely at your sides, palms facing up. Feet just gently draped towards the sides, just gently opening. Allow your eyelids to flutter close. Feel all your facial muscles relax. Imagine this beautiful warmth from the crown of your head, just trickling through and down your body, filling you with feelings of warmth, nurturing, nourishment. Allow yourself as long as you wish in Shavasana. Just breathe. You're free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. Only when you feel ready, maybe you'd like to roll over onto your favorite side, into the fetal position, as we get ready to embrace the world. When you feel comfortable, return to an easy seated pose, perhaps hands at heart center, feeling your beating heart. As always, I thank you for sharing your practice. And as Namaste means, the light in me recognizes and bows to the light in each of you. Namaste.